Understanding the N9 notice. This video will outline the rules and regulation of the Landlord and Tenant Board's N9 notice. Specifically, we will cover what is an N9 notice? When can you, as a tenant, use the N9 notice? What are the rules associated with the N9 notice? And finally, what happens after you file an N9 notice? An N9 notice is a legal form you fill out when you want to move out and end your rental agreement. It is also called a notice to end your tenancy. By giving this notice, you are telling your landlord you plan to move out. When filling out the N9 notice, it is important to ensure it is filled out completely and correctly. If the form is not filled out properly, the LTB could dismiss it. A few things that you must include in your notice. Ensure contact information is accurate. Ensure the termination date is correct and legal. We will dive deeper into how to choose a date later in this video. Ensure the document is signed and dated. To move out of your rental unit, you must give proper notice. The amount of notice you give depends on your rental agreement. For example, if you're on a fixed-term lease, your termination date cannot be earlier than the last day of your lease term. If you rent by month, you must give at least 60 days notice. If you rent by week, you must give at least 28 days notice. Further, your move-out date or termination date must also be the last day of your rental period. For example, if you pay monthly and your rent is due on the 1st of each month, the move-out date would be the last day of the month. The N9 notice must be in writing using the official N9 form, which you can find at the Landlord and Tenant Board's website at bit.ly/LTB forms. Remember, it is important to sign and date the form. When giving the N9 notice to your landlord, it must be by an approved method. The approved methods include A. In person. You may serve the notice in person to either your landlord or an employee of your landlord. B. By mail or courier. You may serve the notice by mail or courier. Or C. By leaving it in your landlord's mailbox or where rent is usually paid. Please note, you cannot send the N9 notice by text message, and you may send the N9 notice by email only if your landlord has agreed in writing to accept documents by email, for example in a standard lease or by signing the consent to service by email form. It is important to note that once given, the N9 notice cannot easily be taken back. Only your landlord can agree to cancel it. After you give your landlord the N9 notice, your tenancy will end on the date you wrote on the form, and you must move out by then. If you don't move out by the end date, your landlord can request an eviction order from the LTB. If this happens, please see the tenant tip sheet on Motion to Set Aside an Ex Parte Order, which is found on our website. If you change your mind about wanting to move out, talk to your landlord right away to see if they will agree to cancel your notice. For more information about your housing rights, please visit www.WRCLS.ca. You can also contact Waterloo Region Community Legal Services at www.WRCLS.ca/web-contact or call us at 519-743-0254. Check out our YouTube channel for more videos.